I created 4 fun holiday cards using the Whimsical Wheels collection from Hero Arts. Hey everyone, it's Joy here, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to start by foiling my sentiments. I am using some matte gold foil along with the Glimmer Hot Foil system from Spellbinders. I am using the Winter Words Letterpress foil and cut and the Fall Words Letterpress foil and cut. So you can letterpress these if you did not want to hot foil them, or if you didn't have the hot foil machine, you could use the letterpress machine and letterpress these as well. So I'm going to do those, and there is some coordinating dies for that, and look at how gorgeous that is. So let's use the coordinating dies. I'm going to tape those down with some low tack tape, and I'm going to be really careful to not get my tape onto the foil because it can lift the foil off. I am using mint tape, which is really pretty good, and the handful of times that the tape has actually touched my foil, it didn't pull it off, but I think every tape is different. Then I use the Whimsical Wood Grain 3D embossing folder from scrapbook.com, and I used Kraft Cardstock, and I'm using gathered twigs just to give this some color. We're going to create a fall card. We're using the Beep Beep Leaf Peeper dies. It's such a crack up to me. And so that's going to be for that background. Then we have this pink cardstock that I used the Snowflake embossing folder. And the same with the Seaside cardstock from Spellbinders. I use the Snowflake embossing folder that is also from scrapbook.com. And that is going to be our backgrounds. I also did another wood grain one. I'm not going to show that one the same for my 4th card because we created 4 cards here. Let's put our first little card together. This is again the Beep Beep Leaf Peeper dies. So this is your fall collection. I just thought it was so cute. It has pumpkins and sunflowers and crows. You have a cute scarecrow. He's so fun. Some fall leaves. I just love everything about this. And so this is going to be on that wood grain background. I just thought that is perfect for fall. And so you can just see here, I'm putting together this car. I am not going to show putting together this car on the other 2 car cards because you don't need to see it repeated. Super simple, really cute. I did this from, this is terracotta cardstock from Spellbinders. I think most of, if not all of my cardstock is from Spellbinders. I'm pretty sure. So the pink background was Blush, the blue background was Seaside, and then of course the Kraft cardstock. The Kraft cardstock I think was from scrapbook.com. Look at our darling little head to our scarecrow. This is like the classic non-creepy scarecrow. The face is so cute. The hat, the hay hair, and then there'll be some hands that are all hay. Just really cute. So you have a nose and cheeks and eyes to put on. There's a band to the hat. I opted to go with a red shirt. I did the collar the same color as the hat, which is truffle cardstock. The red is pomegranate cardstock. We are using, I think this is saffron for the hair and the hands. Just absolutely darling. And I'm going to give him a little tilt. All my characters, I like to do a little tilt. We got a couple of crows here. One looks like it's kind of landing and they've got legs. I feel like the flying one you could do without legs and it would just look like the legs are tucked. But I am going to do legs on both of these. We have 2 sizes of pumpkins. For the sunflowers, you're going to layer 2 of the sunflowers and we will get to that. We've got the little beak here. The eyes, there are 4 legs because they're not the same for each crow. So we're going to put those together. I'm going to lay those out how I want to have those. And I'm just going to add little dots of glue at the top and then just lay my bird on top. I feel like that's a little bit easier. I saw Yana do that years and years ago, and I'm like, that is so genius. Rather than trying to hold a little tiny leg, even with reverse tweezers, those legs are tiny. And then here's our pumpkins. So cute. I love all of the little dies here. All the layering dies I just think are amazing. It gives so much detail to your projects, which is really, really fabulous. So here's our sunflowers. And I did die cut another one that we're going to put on the front of the card. And I actually had to die cut more because for my fourth card. My fourth card does not have a car because I thought, oh, this is really fun to show. And you could do it with the Christmas stuff too. But you don't have to use the car. With all of these dies, you can make other cards without the car. So all of that still works nicely. Okay, now we've got the rest of that car finished. We're going to start putting all of our little elements together inside of our cute little beep beep car. I had originally glued the hands on. Don't do that because you need to put them over the steering wheel. I wasn't thinking. I just thought he was cute, and I started putting the whole thing together, and then I'm like, oh no. So I was able to pull them off really carefully, and then I just glued them back on. I do want the pumpkin stacked and that standing crow to be on top. It fits perfect inside of the car. So I am going to adhere that there. How cute is that? And then we're going to just start tucking in the sunflowers. The other crow's going to be on top. And then I have a bunch of those little leaves. Now, the veins on those leaves, you could die cut from a different color. I didn't want to. I liked it the same color. So I just die cut those from the same colored cardstock. I'm adding 1mm foam adhesive. We're going to put that whole car on an angle. Looks like he's just having a good old time driving down the road. And then let's tuck in the sunflowers. I think they just add a lot. They're such cute little sunflowers too. I do need some foam adhesive up here at the top frame. I forgot to put that on there. So I just tucked in a couple tiny little pieces. I did cut the foam strips here in half just to make it a lot smaller because it would have been bigger than that outside frame. And then we're going to tuck these guys in. And let's add the crow to the top of the car. We have our sentiment that says thankful. It's that foiled sentiment that we did at the beginning. And then we have all of these leaves, and I just wanted them to look like they're falling. Maybe when he's driving, they're flying up in the air behind him. You know, either one of those stories totally works. You know, when you're creating a scene card, you'd really, I mean, I do. I'm sure a lot of you do too. Come up with a story for it because you kind of need that in your mind as you're creating this fun scene. And I wanted it to look like it was active rather than stationary. So that's part of why I put it on an angle. And then here is that other sunflower I'm going to put on the front here, but there is a little sign that you can put on the front. I think it said hello. I opted to not do that. Okay, let's put together our Christmas one. So the car is put together. We're doing a green car. I'm going to put together this little wreath and I'm going to put red berries. This is going to be on the bumper of the car along with, actually we're doing the blue car. Hold on. Some of these are for one car. Some of these are for another car because we have two Christmas ones. So we have a wreath for one of them. We have these fun Christmas lights for the other one. I love Christmas light die cut, anything. Stamps, die cut. It's one of my favorites along with snowflakes and ornaments for Christmas. I just absolutely love it. So these are so cute because they're going to go on the car, which is absolutely darling. Then we have a Christmas tree. So I'm just going to, it looks like I'm putting, because I recorded this a few days ago. So it looks like I'm putting some of this stuff together, but it's going to be on both vehicles, but I will show you that. We have this darling Christmas tree. I'm just going to put some red balls on that with the little star on top, keeping it super, super simple. Let's put together our reindeer. This is going to be Rudolph. He's going to have a red nose because why not? And he has antlers, and then we have Santa. I wasn't quite sure what I was putting in with Santa and what I was putting in the other car, so that's why I started putting everything together, but I think now I have it figured out. So Santa's going to be driving You can also have Rudolph driving. That's really cute too. We have Santa's nose, cheeks, little tiny eyes, and eyebrows. The eyebrows were so cute to me. So we're just going to add all of those pieces onto his face. Then you have just his upper body, just like the scarecrow, and you have his hands holding the steering wheel. So those are those tiny, tiny eyes. And I just kept them in my stack and sort tray with the silicone mat. And then I didn't lose them because they don't slide around. They're not going to blow off easy because those little eyes were ultra tiny. But if you did lose them, just use like a little tiny, fine tip marker and you can just color the eyes in. It's no big deal. And so here's his body. Of course, I have it upside down and I'm like, this is wrong. There we go. And then let's glue his head on a tilt as well. Those are his hands. And then we have antlers for the car and a big red nose for the car, which I think is absolutely adorable. So Santa and Rudolph are going to be in this really playful car having a really good time. So we're going to do the Christmas lights on the front. We've got the red nose. We've got Santa's bag of toys. We have that Christmas tree. And then, so that's what we're going to use inside of this car, and the cute little antlers at the top. Isn't that so fun? This car could also be a shaker. You could cut out some acetate for the window and, you'd have to trim down some really thin foam adhesive. And so it would not be a quick job, but for one card, it would be really, really cute to have a bunch of fun stuff floating around in there. Let's glue that Christmas tree behind Santa because we also have to have Santa's gift bag and Rudolph here in the front. So I want to make sure I'm seeing everything. So when you're layering, don't be afraid to layer behind other images and having things peek out. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? So he's going to be on an angle too because they're having fun. And then I'm going to use the Merry Christmas sentiment and I'm going to put it on the hood of the car. It just felt like that was the perfect spot for this one to fit. Okay, let's do our last car card, and then we have one more after that. Really super simple because I've already put everything together. I'm just going to show the layout. But here we have tons of Christmas gifts of different sizes, different shapes, different bows. I just did them in all different colors. I think I may have had some extra left over. The wreath I'm going to use on the front of this car. This one has stripes, so obviously any colors that you want to use would be fantastic, and all these fun different bows. And so this car is just going to be full of presents. You could have somebody driving it, but I just opted for presents. Here is the Merry sign. So you have one like this, but I think it says hello in the fall collection. So this is the Beep Beep Holiday Extras. And then you have the Beep Beep die that has the Santa and other stuff. And I don't remember everything exactly that comes in each one, but Beep Beep die and the Beep Beep Holiday Extras are all Christmas. I'm going to glue that wreath onto the front, and then we're going to do the Merry sign, or the little Merry. It's not a sign, it's a license plate. And I'm going to put that on the front there. And then I'm just going to start laying out these presents and getting them glued in. As far as the sentiment goes, I'm using It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I just love that as a sentiment. I love it so much. And so that's the one that we're going to use for this one today. So just adding glue at the bottom and just placing my car over top, so it's just easier to kind of tuck in where things go. We have lots of different presents, putting them at different angles, figuring out which one looks the best, trying to get that decided. I'm trying to keep some of the colors not so close together. You know, you're trying to be random. Trying to be random on purpose feels a little bit difficult. Let's glue this one. I'm just going to glue this one straight on. How cute is that? Okay, so I do trim this down some, but I'm starting with the sentiment that says, so thankful for you. Again, this is from the Leaf Peeper dies. And we've got pumpkins, we've got crows, we have the sunflowers. I did the pumpkins in two different colors, in carrot and terracotta. And we're just going to have a pumpkin patch, which I thought would be really cute. I just wanted to show another card really quick that is without the car. So you could use the Christmas tree with all the presents. You could use the bag and the Christmas tree with presents. You could put the Christmas lights on the Christmas tree. So you could do other things. You could have Santa peeking over a stack of presents or peeking out behind the Christmas tree. That would be really cute too. Along with Rudolph, you could do all of that. So, but I just wanted to show really quick another card that you can just use all the other little components without the car. So your dies and things will definitely go further than just using just the car with everything. I love these little crows. They are so cute. So I do trim this off at the bottom and I add this to a white top folding A2 size card base. I left a little bit of space at the top, but just really kind of keeping it about this little scene right here. And I'm using the sentiment as an anchor. So you will see that here in a minute, but look at our Santa car. So cute. Oh my gosh. The presents, that's really fun and playful against that pink background too. I love that. Everything just pops. This fall card is adorable. I just love that scarecrow. He's so cute. And then here's that other one that we just threw together really quick. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I'll be back soon with another one. Bye.